stop. Can't believe I live in your thoughts.
Hello and welcome. This is Barbara from Vienna, Austria. This decluttering topic seems to be a topic for a lot of us, especially concerning our craft supplies. So I thought I would try this different method of decluttering. I have done some decluttering with the KonMari method before with my ribbons and my paper scraps, and I will link those two videos below as well. But I think in terms of decluttering our whole craft supplies, I thought another method might work better. So I saw on YouTube there's a lot of videos about this 30-day game or 30-day challenge for decluttering your entire home. So I thought I would use or try to use this method to declutter just my craft supplies. Now the difficulty for me is that I've already been decluttering my craft supplies, so it was really a challenge. But as you can see here, I have way too much stuff. I love this scrap box. I will link this scrap box below as well because I love it so much. I've had mine for several years. But as you can see, everything is full pretty much, and it's overwhelming for me. It makes me anxious at times and I don't know what to use. So definitely time to declutter. And I think this game is a perfect start because you start with day one, you declutter one item only. So I think that's great to kind of get into the game, and then the next day you declutter 2 items, the next day 3 items, and so on until you get to day 30. And I just thought I would try it out to see if this would help me get rid of more than I would usually get rid of just going through my things. So I can say that it definitely did help me get rid of more things. And it was fun. It was a challenge for myself and I enjoyed doing it, and I was surprised how much I was able to get rid of thinking in this different way. So we're already on day 3, and I have this corner rounder from Fiskars and I never use it, and I just wanted to try it out again to make sure that the reason that I'm not using it is still valid. And yes, it is, because when you see when I cut the corners, you always have this notch on the sides, and that just really bugs me. So I have 2 other corner rounders that will do a great job, so I don't need this one, so I'm gonna get rid of this. And I also want to mention, when I say I'm getting rid of things, is if the things are not broken or not dried out or whatever, if they're still in good condition, obviously I'm not throwing them away. I will either donate them, or maybe I will take some of the items to one of our journaling meetups. I will definitely get rid of them responsibly. So we're already on day 5 and I'm checking my water pens, and I'm just checking which of the tips are still okay. I have some very cheap ones in here that I actually never enjoyed using, so no point keeping those. So I'm happy to get rid of some.
I know that you are having a hard time right now. That everything seems to crumble.
So day 6, this is kind of like a miscellaneous drawer. It has some bits that I thought maybe I would use in Happy Mails, or for some of my workshops I had some like quizzes or contests where people could win something, so I always had little things that I could give as prizes, but I don't do that anymore, so no point in keeping them. There you see my camera and me.
I know that you are having trouble.
And I'm also taking out some things of this drawer that I feel don't belong in this drawer, but I'm actually not getting rid of. So the things I'm putting on the left side I'm actually keeping, but they should be somewhere else. This is a self-made stamp. I will be using that in the near future in one of my collages, actually.
That you feel all alone in this world, but you have to put Put your trust into us and we will help you through, 'cause we only want what's best, what is best for you.
Day 7, I'm going through my liquid glue drawer, and I actually not only liquid and glue sticks, and I definitely had some in there that were either dried out, or the glue sticks, some of them actually I know don't work well, so there's no point in keeping them because they will just frustrate me. Even though they're new, I don't see the point when I have others that actually work. This one was basically empty, and these colored ones, they just don't stick well. And the Prit one, I think a lot of you enjoy the Prit, but I must say I actually ended up throwing that one out afterwards as well, after I tried using it, because it's just so clumpy and it's horrible. I don't know, is it the climate I'm in or something, but it was horrible. I threw it out. So these are the ones I'm getting rid of. This is my sticker drawer. So day 8, I went through those, and I have a few sets that are cute, but it's just not my style anymore. So there's no point keeping it. Better to give them to someone who will actually enjoy them.
How many mountains to get some confidence? How many debates to earn some tailwind?
So 8 sets for day 8. Day 9, I decided to go through my black fine liners and see if they're still okay, and there were actually quite a few that had dried out. So these are all the ones I am getting rid of, and I still have too many. So here you see the 4 bottom parts are just for those. It's just too much. Next day I went through all my pouches. I use these pouches for when I have to pack my craft supplies for workshops or meetups, those kind of things. But they were not all in great condition, and I didn't need the amount that I had, so I was happy to get rid of some of these. So the ones on the right I'm keeping, the ones I'm placing on the left I'm getting rid of, and then I have some miscellaneous things in there that first of all don't go in there, and second of all I don't need, so I'm gonna get rid of some of those as well. Here's some felt scraps I decided to just keep from that one bag, the big one. I'm getting rid of all the other ones. Okay, moving on to day 11, I decided to go through this drawer, one of 3 drawers that I have, which is also kind of like a miscellaneous drawer. I'm actually getting rid of that scoreboard because I have a bigger one and I don't need 2. This is my washi tape collection. I'm keeping those. Just some random bits in here. I have quite a few protractors because I had a couple of workshops about mandalas, so I wasn't really ready to get rid of those because I don't know what the future holds, so keeping those for now. What to do. I am me and not you. And then I went through a small drawer I have with mostly brads, and I had bought these cute ones, but they're actually not brads. I didn't see that. They're just pins. They don't have a back to them, so they're kind of useless for me in crafting. So these magnetic things are very cute, but I just don't use them. They're not my style. No point in holding on to them. This is like a magnetic bookmark. Don't like it, don't use it, have never used it. These were gifted to me a long time ago. I've never used them. And these are actually some cards I made, which are samples for doodles to reference if you want to have some doodles and you don't have any idea. I've made these, as you can see, in 2015. And I had put a lot of effort into these, apparently, but I've never referenced them once. So it's 5 years later and I didn't even remember I had these. So off they go. No need to be sentimental about them. I haven't missed them, so not keeping them.
Plans to be with you tonight. So just sit with me, talking to the night until the morning, building chemistry. I don't think I ever wanna go, come closer next to me. Trying to find another way to say this, but I think we were meant to be.
Okay, next day, day 12, I just took some stamps that I don't really use. I have quite a lot of stamps, and these are just most of these are the silicone ones. Quite a few of these were from Action, which is a Dutch chain. Day 13, I think it's also kind of like a random day. This green vine is a ribbon, obviously, and it's very cute, but I never know how to use it. I tried using it a few times, never liked how it looked, so I'm just gonna give it to someone who will enjoy it more. Then this is kind of my drawer for embellishments, and there's also quite a few that I'm just not into anymore because my style is changing and there's no point in having them clutter up my drawers. I would rather have the things that I keep to stand out and shine, and when I look at this drawer, I want to just have the things I know I'm going to enjoy using and don't have to deal with things like this. Like, I've stopped using these a long time ago. I should have gotten rid of those a long time ago. Don't do glitzy and glossy anymore. Like, I can immediately feel when I touch something and look at something. So this is from the KonMari method. Is like, does it bring me joy or not? And you know it instantly. Like these, again, they have some glitter in the middle. No joy. So again, these are what I'm getting rid of for that day. And thankfully, I am not a hoarder at all. It's not so difficult for me to part with things that I know I'm not going to use, or I have too many of, or are broken in some way. I just think it feels really, really good to declutter these things. It makes me so happy. And I have been doing this in my whole apartment now, on and off for 3 years, and I still think I have too much stuff. Now, I'm no way a minimalist, but I still think I have too much stuff and I don't enjoy it. I want less. So here, going through my punches, and there's one I'm going to get rid of, this arrow. I just never ever use it.
You're the rose in a garden.
Here again, category of glittery. I just don't.
And I've come out here to say that I love you. Ooh, ooh, you, so slow. Hold you in my arms, won't let go.
And this is the last day, day 15 for part 1, and I'm going through some of the washies. So these are washies that I already don't use a lot, so they're in a separate place than my favorite washies are. And I'm just choosing 15. That was pretty easy to do. So I really enjoyed this game. It was not overwhelming. You ease yourself into it. It does get a little bit harder every day, but I really enjoyed it and I feel good about getting rid of these things, and you will see a picture at the end now. So it's 120 pieces in total that I got rid of. So I hope this helps you, to motivate you, to inspire you to do the same or find a different method that works better for you. Next part will be up soon, so stay tuned for part 2, which is the much more challenging one. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!